Nakakagulat na balita to, guys. Peace talks, uulit na naman. O, papalik na naman daw tayo sa mundo ng peace talks, guys. Ay, sige, tingnan natin kung paano kung paano to lilipad, mga kotsero. Kasi hindi natin alam kung paano mag-isip tong mga to eh. Ito kasi yung balita. Nagulat ako dito sa balita na to. Ayan, no? Government and communist rebels agree to resume peace talks. Ito nga ba sinasabi natin? Alam nyo, mga kotsero, I do not agree with this. Alam nyo naman ang posisyon ko sa CPP, NPA, NDF. Mas magandang ubusin na lang sila. Corn beef na lang. But anyway, well, hindi kasi ako agree dun sa... Hindi, personally, on a serious note, hindi sa disagree ako sa peace talks. Pangit lang yung naging experience natin before sa national peace talks. Yung national. Pero yung local, yung regional peace talks, yung ginagawa ng NTF-ELCAC, yun, epektibo yun. Walang ano doon, walang question doon. Okay yun. Yung national peace talks, ang medyo iffy ng konti yung national peace talks. Kasi nga, kapag merong national peace talks, gusto nila merong ceasefire. Pag may ceasefire, itong CPP, NPA, iti-take advantage nila. Ganun ang ginagawa, mga traidor. Mga traidor eh. Pero let's hear them out, kumbaga. Nagkaroon po ng press con kanina yung ating security sector. Ayan, nandito si National Security Council, si OPAPRO, siya yung what do you call this? Presidential Advisor for Peace, Reconciliation, and something. Ayan, si Carlito Galvez. Of course, si E.S. Bersamin, nandyan. Si Secretary Gibo Chodoro, at saka si Secretary Abalos. Nandyan. Nasa likod naman ito si NEDA, si DSWD, tsaka syempre yung ating AFP at PNP. Ayan, nandito sila. Nandito lahat ng security sector natin, guys. Nandiyan silang lahat. Para magbigay linaw dito sa nakakagulat na step ng Marcos administration. Again, mga kotsero, I support the Marcos administration, pero I do not agree with this. I really personally do not agree with this. But nag-uumpisa pa lang naman. Baka naman iba yung mangyayari dito kumpara dun sa mga nakaraan. So panoorin natin to para malinawan tayo ng bahagya kung ano ba talaga ang mangyayari sa peace talks na to.
Ivan Myrina, GMA7.
Yeah. Secretary Galvez, ang ibig sabihin po ba nito ay tapos na rin ang armed insurgency? Wala na magkakaroon ng enkwentro sa pagitan ng mga armadong NPA at ang ating mga kasundaluhan?
We wish.
Magiging immediate effect nitong joint communique nito?
Yan ang gusto natin. Wala nang enkwentro.
Effect po nito ay ang ibig po sabihin ng itong joint communique at saka itong joint statement na pinirmahan nila, this is some sort of their collective, our collective decision between parties that we are very firm and committed to have the framework agreement, and afterwards we will have the final discussions on the final peace agreement.
So
pertaining on the different operations that we are undertaking, sa ngayon po, nandun po sila sa Netherlands, and we are undertaking some of the administrative and some protocols that will be undertaken in the future exploratory discussions.
So ano pa to? So this is preliminaries pa lang. Hindi pa ini-introduce dito kung ano yung magiging setup ng peace talks, wala pang basis. Puro ano lang, kumbaga sa kung papagawa ka ng bahay, groundbreaking, kumbaga yun. At bago natin ipagpatuloy ang mga pinag-uusapan natin ngayon dito sa ating video ngayon, huwag niyo pong kalimutan suportahan ang mga kaibigan natin sa Sendwave. Ayan, so kayo po ay nasa US, UK, Canada, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland, and Belgium, ay pwede na po ay magpadala na inyong mga remittances dito po sa Pilipinas sa pamamagitan po ni Sendwave. Ang gagawin nyo lang ay i-download ang Sendwave app. Gawa kayo ng account, ilagay niyo ba ang account details dyan, at pwede ay magpadala sa GCash, sa mga online banking, at sa mga iba't ibang pawn shops dito sa ating bansa. Lalong-lalo na ngayon, mga kotsero, magpapasko na. At mas maganda magpadala tayo ng walang remittance fees, di ba? At kapag ginamit nyo po ang inyong promo code na Coach Jarrett sa inyo po unang padala, makakakuha pa kayo ng karagdagang $20 free credit. Kaya yan mga Coachero, gamitin na po si Sendwave for all of your remittance needs. Alright, here we go. Hinuhukay nyo pa lang yung lupa. Wala pang naitatayo. Kasi bubuuin pa lang daw yung framework eh. So essentially, ito, pinakita lang yung openness, kumbaga, yung pagiging bukas ng ating gobyerno sa isang panibagong peace talks. Okay, ulitin, patuloy natin.
Translated to the situation on the ground, wala pa ho itong immediate effect.
Sa ngayon po, ang ano po natin is, kung ano po ang ginagawa ng gobyerno, patuloy po yung ano po natin, yung ating pong programa. So it is agreed upon that there is no immediate effect.
So tuloy NTF-EL ka.
So yung mga operations po ng armed forces sa pagtugis sa mga armadong grupo, patuloy?
Opo.
Walang titigil sa operations.
Pia Gutierrez.
Wala nang ceasefire.
Secretary Galvez, ano pong mangyayari?
At least that's good news. Partially. Walang ceasefire. Okay na rin yun, kahit pa paano, di ba? Ay, nako. Para hindi tayo naiisahan. Kasi yun yung naging problema sa mga nakaraan na, na peace talks. Traidor talaga kasi yung CPP-NPA. Pag may ceasefire, bigla silang aatake, magpapalakas sila ng ng puwersa nila. Ganun sila. So, yun, buti na lang.
Doon sa terrorist tag ng CPP-NPA with this new development, sir?
As I have said earlier, it will be for further discussion. They lay it in the table, but it will be for further discussion. So they are undergoing the discussion right now with our negotiating team, and I cannot preempt the discussion that being undertaken right now.
Medyo tahimik ka. Dead air, pangat ang dead air.
Sir, what brought about this this development, sir? Because many attempts to talk peace between the government and the CPP-NPA. What was different this time around, sir?
So nakita po natin yung ating mahal na presidente, talagang even dun sa inaugural speech niya, talagang yung aspirations natin to have a peaceful settlement of all conflicts. So yun po ang nangyari. And during the early stages of the administration, ang maganda po is nagkaroon ng personal exploration si General Bautista. And he reported to the President and he reported the development. And nung makita po ng ating mahal na presidente yung magandang nagiging result, we were able to explore it. That's the reason why nakita natin naging maganda yung negotiation, and we were able to come up with the joint statement, wherein ang joint statement doon ang nakikita natin is ang pinaka-highlight is we agreed na we would like to end yung armed struggle and armed conflict in a principled resolution, peaceful resolution.
Alam nyo mga Coachero, feeling ko wala na rin choice si CPP eh. Feeling ko lang kaya pumayag na rin sila sa peace talks. Alam nila na mauubos na sila. I have that feeling eh, na alam ng CPP na wala na silang ibubuga, wala na silang laban, paubos na sila, demoralized na yung mga miyembro, nahihirapan na sila sa recruitment. Kumbaga wala na silang momentum, hindi na nila mai-revive pa yung momentum. Lalo na namatay si Joma. Kasi alam nyo mga Coachero, si Joma lang naman talaga ang bumubuhay dyan. So, it seems, yung organization nila is wala na. It's in disarray. Wala na magtutuloy. So, alam nila na paubos na sila. So, as such, yung CPP-NPA mismo, the armed group, yung CPP-NPA, ang fearless forecast ko dyan, meron pa rin CPP pero wala ng NPA. Baka CPP-NDF na. Ganun na ang mangyayari. Most probably. Iniisip ko lang naman yun. No? Walang I'm not sure. But, parang ganun yung dating eh. Parang wala na kaming choice. So, sige, usap na tayo para tapusin na natin to. Parang ganun. Ganun yung feel ko eh.
Kenneth Paciente, PTV4.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, nakatulong po ba ang agreement sa pagbibigay ng amnestia sa mga rebelding grupo dito po sa development na ito, sir?
we should understand na yung amnesty, granting of the amnesty has been long been the program of the national government, even during the time of President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. And
Dati pa pala yun.
when we saw the longing of the former rebels on having the amnesty, we recommended to the president for the continuance or for the extension of the proclamation. Considering that the proclamation that made by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte has not been consummated or executed, considering that the limited time of 1 year had already expired. So this is a different program that we have undertaken. And it has been our program, not only for the CPP-NPA, but also for the MILF, for the MNLF, and also for the RPA-ABB.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Can we ask if so there's no ceasefire right now. Is there a timeline to reach a ceasefire?
Good question. May ceasefire ba? Oy, si Secretary Gibo sagot.
As Secretary Galvez has said, these are preliminary exploratory talks. And all programs, security, law enforcement programs of the government shall continue.
Tuloy Tuloy ang NTF-ELCAC, tuloy ang mga depensa laban sa CPP-NPA, tuloy ang pagtugis, tuloy ang pag-aresto, tuloy lahat. Malinaw. At least doon malinaw tayo, guys. Walang ceasefire. Tuloy lahat ng programa.
If I might add yun sa local government units, yung effect nito, napakatindi na epekto nito. Because this is already grassroots. No? Ramdam ng local government units, especially those affected by insurgency. What is important will be this transition period na kung saan, of course, sabi nga ng ating mahal na Pangulo, it's a whole of the government approach. Kaya nandito kami nga lahat ngayon. Diyan na after peace and order is always a key ingredient in every economic development. So diyan na papasok lahat, magtutulungan lahat ang ahensya towards this goal. Of course, andyan sa grassroots ng local government units.
Jean Mangaluz.
Siguro question po to General Bronner and Sir Acorda. How does your units, your institutions react to this, given that yung mga tropa niyo po nakaaway yung mga taga-NDF before? How do they react?
Well, for the armed forces of the Philippines, this is very good news for us, no? Because it is the soldier more than anybody else who wants lasting peace, no? Who wants a conflict to finally end. Kasi nga po, para sa amin, parang naging personal na itong laban na ito. Marami sa aming mga kasamahan ang namatay dahil dito sa insurgency na ito. Marami sa aming kamag-anak, pinsan ko mismo, no, namatay sa kamay ng New People's Army. So this is really a personal victory for us. And aside from that, if this conflict will finally end, your armed forces of the Philippines will be able to shift our focus to external or territorial defense. No? So, yung aming pong resources, efforts will be poured into defending our territory. Pero habang wala pa po final agreement, your armed forces will continue our operations against the New People's Army. Thank you.
Alam nyo, before we continue, no, gusto ko lang, I just want to say this kasi hindi palagi itong sinasabi at hindi palaging binabanggit kapag merong mga nakakasalubong na sundalong mga civilian. And coming from a civilian, and I'd like to extend this to all the members of our armed forces of the Philippines. Thank you so much for your service. Yun lang po. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa ating mga miyembro ng kasundaluhan yan. Maraming salamat sa inyo pong serbisyo dahil kung wala po kayo, hindi kami makakatulog ng mahimbing sa aming mga tahanan. All of this, yung ating freedoms, are a product ng sakripisyo po ng bawat sundalo. So, pag may nakikita tayo sundalo, mga kotsero, pasalamatan natin sila sa kanilang serbisyo kasi puhunan nila dito, buhay nila eh. Puhunan nila dito, buhay nila. Tayo puhunan natin, ako, puhunan ko, laway, di ba? Ito puhunan ko. Pero itong mga sundalo natin, mga kotsero, they're a different breed. At ang puhunan nila talaga, tapang, buhay at lahat. Yun ang nila. Yun ang puhunan nila. Kaya kapag may kakilala kayong sundalo or meron kayong nakakasalubong na sundalo, give them the recognition. Kahit yung mga retired na, mga veterans, give them let's give to them the respect that they have earned. Na na nila yan, na earn na nila yan, yung respeto na yan, just by being part of our military service. Ang mga hindi lang karespeto ay mga katulad ni Trillanes. Mga sundalong kanin. Anyway, tuloy natin. Kasi mutineer yun eh. Anyway, sige na, sundalong kanin ni si Trillanes. Tuloy natin to.
Thank you. Well, on the part of the PNP, bilang ama ng pulisya ng Pilipinas, talagang napakasakit po every time that I will pin medals to wounded police officers, and more so when I give condolences to relatives or wives ng ating kapulisan na nadadali sa mga engkwentro ng pagkikilaban. And in line with this is a very welcome development. I hope this will lead really to long and lasting peace, and I look at it as a way of adding more food to the table sa mga Pilipino, and instead of spending more money sa ammunitions and other armaments, madadagdagan po yung ating mga makinarya at saka may infrastruktura that will help us attain maximum development. That's how I look at it, and it's a very welcome development po.
Thank you. Let's hear from Secretary Anyo, National Security Advisor.
Ito, NSC.
On the lens of national security, our objectives actually is to eliminate the threats to national security, one of which is the threat from the CPP-NPA. For more than 5 decades, andyan yung CPP-NPA. And I think it's about time to have closure. Closure that is acceptable to everybody, to the Filipino people, particularly ending the armed struggle. So with this, I think this is a very, very good opportunity to be able to give, well, amnesty is actually in tandem with this particular agreement. So kung magtutuloy-tuloy ito, lahat naman ng conflict ay natapos sa settlement. No? Kahit look at the history of the world, lahat ng giyera halos natapos sa negotiation and settlement. And maybe this is the what you call the final agreement that we can come into, and matapos na rin yung armed struggle. And if they can avail the amnesty, I think finally matatapos na natin itong 5 decades of communist insurgency. And tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung NTF-ELCAC, particularly on bringing services and development projects to the countryside.
That's good news. That's good news, mga kocher. Para sa akin, that's good news.
Bayan.
Sir, following this development po, may we know kung meron pa po ba tayong active guerrilla fronts na minomonitor as of the moment?
Yan,
kung,
good question.
Nasaan po kaya or ilan na lang po kaya sila? Following this development, sir, may we know kung meron pa po ba tayong active guerrilla fronts na minomonitor po?
Yes. So right now, we have 20 weekend guerrilla fronts. Wala na po tayong active guerrilla fronts.
Aha.
And by the end of this year, we are expecting 5 of these 20 to be finally dissolved.
Oh no.
So,
paubos na nga.
15 weekend guerrilla fronts na lang po ang matitira.
So by 2024 talaga mauubos sila. Tama yung sinabi, by 2024 talaga, ubos ang CPP-NPA. Kaya sila nasa negotiating table. Mauubos na sila eh. And that's a good, that's a feather in the cap of both FPRRD and PBBM. Kung kung talagang maisasara tong chapter ng CPP-NPA, ang nag-initiate niyan si FPRRD, ang tumapo si PBBM, and that's a feather in the cap of both of them. So sana magpatuloy itong development na to.
Sirs, would you say that this is just a matter of time before we finally achieve the long-lasting peace? Or are there certain pain points na kailangan pa po talagang i-negotiate? Are there certain demands being made na medyo nahihirapan tayo ibigay?
So ngayon nakita namin yung sa negotiation na ginawa, yung tinatawag nating exploratory talks na ginawa ng ating
exploratory
team.
talks. Okay.
We saw na wala pa namang talaga serious demand na ilalagay dahil kasi ito exploratory pa lang ito. But I believe nakikita namin with the confidence na nakita namin na when I first talked with them and even nagkaroon kami na talagang some cordial discussions. I can see that there is a positive outlook na it will end up with a final peace agreement. Because our talks in Oslo was founded on good faith and also on goodwill and also in sincerity. When the party said that if we will maintain that goodwill, I think we can finally end up with the final peace agreement. In fact, yung maganda yung meron tayong tinatawag na maganda ngayon yung ginagawa natin because General Bautista was able to lay down some of the milestones. One is yung joint statement that we have right now, and then later we will have the what we call framework, and then after the framework that will set the parameters, we will have the final peace agreement. This is patterned basically with the MILA peace process because we also brief them with the MILA peace process.
Same.
For me.
Same framework sa MILF.
I understand you said na wala pang ceasefire sa ngayon, but traditionally nagkakaroon po tayo ng Christmas ceasefire. Is a Christmas ceasefire in the offing or is it being talked about?
I had the occasion to answer the question yesterday that we leave it to the local peace and order councils and
regional pa rin.
Unit commanders to determine whether or not they will suspend operations in their area of responsibility.
Good.
Walang maidagdag siguro na kapag itong usapin na ito ay magbunga sa isang kasunduan, mawawala ang final ostensible political basis na mag-wage ang grupo na nag-espouse ng CPP, NPA, NDF line for any armed struggle. That will be erased, the political basis for it.
Tama yun.
It is important.
Alam nyo, tama si Secretary Gibu doon kasi kapag pumayag na sa pag pumayag na sa peace talks or let's say nag-agree na doon sa peace talks, mawawala na ng dahilan mag-exist ang NPA. Wala na silang dahilan para mag-exist. Pwedeng mag-exist pa rin, magpatuloy ang CPP, NDF. Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo ng partido dito sa Pilipinas that is communist in nature. Yun, communist in ideology. Yun yung politika nila. But as far as yung motivation sa pagkakaroon ng sariling hukbo na tinatawag nilang New People's Army, wala nang dahilan. Kasi, yun yung political basis nun eh. Yung tawag dito, yun yung political basis ng armed struggle eh. So kapag wala na yung political basis ng armed struggle kasi nag-agree na sa kapayapaan, o di eliminated na si NPA. But again, mga kotsero, I'm more inclined to believe na mas magiging na magpapatuloy ang CPP as a political party. Yan, political party siya. Malamang sa malamang. Not as a terrorist group.
Kenneth Paciente, PTV4.
Sec, Gibo, may we ask, how do you describe po yung sincerity nitong mga rebelding group?
How do you describe sincerity?
Ito, sir.
Hindi ko matatansya sa ngayon si Secretary Galvez ang nararapat na sumagot niyan. This is a whole of government approach. And as things develop, naturally we will get the appropriate instructions from the President.
With my experience with dealing with different rebel group, I have seen that this time we have learned from our lessons from the past. Considering that we have been negotiating for almost 21 years, 23 years from now, and with
past 23 years
that I had, I believe nakita ko personally, there is that kind of commitment, and also there is a kind of goodwill on both parties to continue to discuss some principled resolution to end really the armed conflict. So yun ang nakita ko na based on my personal experience, that there is, we are very confident, I'm very confident that there is something that after this joint statement, we can finally end up with the final peace agreement.
That's the hope. Yun yung gusto natin mangyari. But we're not sure. Alam nyo kung bakit? Kasi alam nating lahat, mga kutsero, tayong lahat alam natin na ang CPP, NPA, NDF ay mga tuso. Tuso silang lahat, mga kutsero. Tingnan nyo hindi pa nga nag-uumpisa yung hindi pa nga nag-uumpisa yung peace talks, inaalam pa lang yung framework na dapat gawin. May demands na agad ang NPA. Valbuena said in order to allow the peace negotiations to move forward, para to magpatuloy ang peace negotiations, Marcos has a distinct responsibility to take the initiative to sweep away the Duterte period thorns and spikes which litter it. Tanggalin din ang NTF-ELCAC? See? Yan, no? Ito ang demands ng CPP, NPA, NDF. At I don't think this will happen. Ito yung sinasabi ko na malabo Ito yung malabo talaga Una, i-release, palayain lahat ng NDF peace consultants na nahuli na. Number 1. Pangalawa, tanggalin yung kanilang terrorist designation sa NDFP. Pangalawa. Lahat pala. Terrorist designation ng NDFP, CPP, NPA at iba pang personnel ng NDFP. Kumbaga, pawalang sala silang lahat. Dismantle the NTF-ELCAC. Dito pa lang. Dismantle the NTF-ELCAC, cause the repeal of the anti-terror, i-repeal sa anti-terror law, i-withdraw lahat ng AFP, pati localized peace negotiations at community support. At palayain lang higit sa 800 na political prisoners. This should not happen. Ito yung sinasabi ko, mga kutsero. Na kumbaga, hinihingi nila yung mga imposible. Ito yung sinasabi. Dito pa lang NTF-ELCAC, anti-terror law, tsaka pag-withdraw ng AFP at ng localized peace negotiations kailangan tanggalin. Mr. President, you should not let this happen. Pag-release ng 800 political prisoners, quote-unquote, Mr. President, I know you know better. Ito yung ibig kong sabihin, mga kutsero, na paano ka magkakaroon ng sincero na peace talks kung gusto nila, lamang na sila ng 10 beses. How can you have a sincere peace talks kung ganyan? Wala. Tuso ang CPP, NPA, NDF. And I'm pretty sure na ang ating gobyerno hindi papayag dyan. Kaya mga kutsero, although it's optimistic, sabihin na natin na idealistic to some degree, itong pagbalik sa peace talks, or at least opening the door to the peace talks, parang imposible siyang mangyari, guys. Parang imposible talaga, parang hindi kaya. Dito pa lang sa demand nila ng CPP, NPA, NDF, parang napakahirap na ibigay. So paano na? Papayag ba ang ating GRP dyan? Malabo. I doubt mga kutsero. At hanggat hindi yan magbabago, I don't think it will even change. I don't think mag-move forward yung peace negotiations. So hanggang dito lang po muna tayo sa video na ito, mga kutsero. Okay, huwag niyo po kalimutan mag-subscribe sa Coach Jared YouTube channel at paki-follow na rin po tayo sa ating Facebook page para laging updated sa ating mga ginagawa dito sa ating channel. And I'll see all of you in our next Coach Jared Live. Alright, God bless you and see you next time. Bye!